I just told my young buck I'm gonna give him a deal if he bites you. You ain't got enough money to talk to in any type of way like that. I'm gonna spare you. You heard your joke to me, but my young boy ain't gonna spare you.
Okay, don't get confused, but I will walk you down. ASAP.
Yo, Jim, I got a. She was madly in love with me, but I just could never really get into her like that because I was doing other things and she wasn't sucking.
I started speaking one day, he owed me some money. And that's why
Man, shut the fuck up, man. Lying ass.
You always do that.
What's going on, world? Hold up. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. I need to make sure y'all can hear me. Okay. Shout out to everybody. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad you guys can hear me, man. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Shout out to y'all. We are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross, of course. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. We're going to get into this show today. But before we get into it, right, before we get into the topic, I need you guys to make sure y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Because we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this. We're going to get into this. Shout out to y'all. Let me see who's in the chat. See who in the chat. Shout out to Old Head. Appreciate the 6 jewels. Shout out to Old Head TV. Appreciate you. See who else is up in the building. Shout out to my man Mark in the building. What up, Mark? Shout out to Mark McJoy on a pull-up. Salute. Miss Ace. How you doing, Miss Ace? How you doing? Shout out to Miss Ace in the building. Shout out to Ant. What up, Ant? What's going on, Ant? Salute to you. Shout out to my man Boot Camp in the building. It's good, Boot Camp. What's going on? Salute. Shout out to my brother Third Ward in the building. Oh, yeah. You already know, bro. You already know. Shout out to my man Third Ward on the pull-up. Salute. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. We got one top lovely lady mod in the building. Shout out to Sin. What up, Sin? How you doing? Good to see you in the building. Shout out to Miss Angie. Hey, Miss Angie, how you doing? Shout out to Miss Angie B on the pull-up. We got 2 top lovely lady mods in the building. How you doing, Miss Angie? How you been? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I like the competition too, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to Miss Tanja on the pull-up. Hey, Tanja, how you doing? Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Self University on the pull-up. Salute. Salute, my brother. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to my man B Dolo in the building. What's good, B Dolo? Is my mic low, y'all? Is my mic low? Can y'all hear me? Is my mic low? What up, 18? Shout out to 18 in the building. Shout out to my man Bucket. What's good, Bucket? It's been a minute, bro. What's going on, man? Yeah, we're going to get into it today, though. We're going to get into it today. Shout out to Shots in the building. What's good, Shots? What's going on? Salute. Salute. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole in the building. We got 3 top lovely lady mods on a pull-up. Great to see you, Classy. Great to see you. I appreciate you. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to all the lovely lady mods in the building. Okay, you can hear me fine? Okay. Hey, Letitia, how you doing? Shout out to Miss Letitia on the pull-up. Salute. Man, y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. See, listen, y'all. All of this conversation that is being had about the black community and, you know, now all of a sudden you got black people being political on the internet again, and, you know, all of this political talk, all of this racial talk, all of this community talk, right? Which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm not against, right? I'm not against any of that. Not at all, right? I'm not against any of that. But the problem that I have, shout out to Miss Keita in the building. Hey, Keita T. Got another lovely lady mod in the building today. Good to see you, Miss Keita. Great to see you, Miss Angie. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. All of this conversation, right, I find to be, and this is just my opinion, I find it to be disingenuous a lot of times because I don't think we be addressing the issues that directly plagues our community day after day, the things that are contributing to the destruction of our families, right? I think a lot of times we have these conversations because a lot of us are attracted to having those conversations because some of us may have grew up, you know, having a little bit of political ties in a family or just being attracted to those types of conversations, right? So I think a lot of times people be wanting to be a part of that whole, you know, that whole narrative. You know, it for some people, it gives them a level of importance. It makes them feel like they're a part of a movement. You know, the movement is going somewhere. We making moves. People are listening to us, you know, that type of stuff. But when you actually sit back and you examine it, right, a lot of it be a bunch of fluff. It be a bunch of conversation. It be a bunch of sensationalism. Because these same people, they're not going to go into politics and put these issues in front of politicians. They're not going to push these issues toward lobbyists. But they'll participate in a bunch of social media activism and run up numbers and get a bunch of people riled up and emotional. But once the trend goes away, a lot of these people go away. A lot of these people move on to the next conversation. I don't see nothing really coming from these modern day, community conversations. I don't. Because there's a lot of issues that really needs to be spoken on that does not get spoken on. Nobody wants to address them. Nobody wants to confront them. Everybody just wants to keep confronting the same old conversation, which is the race conversation, which is the conversation of police injustice and all of this stuff. Nobody wants to talk about this, though. See, nobody want to talk about this. See, this is the elephant in the room when it comes to speaking about having the black conversation. This is the elephant in the room. And y'all know DS1, I love being the elephant that come through and knock shit over. Nobody wants to talk about this. Nobody want to have this conversation. And y'all know over here, we've always had this conversation. We've never been afraid to confront this in our community. See, nobody wants to confront the mookism. Nobody wants to confront the mookism. We want to talk about all the other isms and schisms that plague our community. Nobody wants to talk about the mookism and what these mooks have been allowed to do. See, I've told y'all what these mooks were going to start doing. The more and more incentive they got, the more and more laws they've gotten. I told y'all they were going to get out of control. But I've always gotten backlash. Oh, why you always want to talk about them? They ain't doing nothing to you. Oh, they're not? Oh, they're not. They not bothering you? Oh, they're not. Oh, they just minding their business. When I done told y'all these mooks are predators. I told y'all this. And they don't just prey on boys, they prey on girls too. I told y'all how these mooks prey on women. See, I know who be having y'all in these clubs spending all y'all goddamn money, ladies. It's y'all mook homeboys. Yeah, we know. It's the Decepticons. We know. It ain't your homegirls no more. It's your other homegirls. We know who be outside beating y'all black women upside y'all heads with red bottom shoes. We know. It's the Sidney Starrs of the world. It's these mooks. You know, the same mooks that you fought against black men for. Right. Yeah. We going there today. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're going to go there today. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to have the conversation y'all don't want to have. Yep. You know, the uncomfortable one. Yeah. These are the same dudes, right, that when black men was on social media fighting against because they were trying to infiltrate straight black men's spaces, right? Y'all defended these mooks. They had a mook defense force. Y'all allowed these mooks to walk around and claim to be black women. Oh, y'all didn't? Huh? Oh, y'all didn't let them walk around and identify as black women? So Sidney Starr is not a black woman. Huh? Don't play with me. See, don't switch it up now. When y'all start finding out that these mooks are just like Africa Bambaataa. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, we ain't yes, you did. Because when we told y'all to get rid of these goddamn blades and stop letting them watch your goddamn children, stop letting them babysit our kids, keep these mooks from around our children, that's my homegirl. She ain't gonna do nothing to him. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, so you think these mooks don't like touching children, huh? You think your little mook best friend won't do nothing to your baby? See, I've been warning y'all about this for years. I've been telling y'all these mooks are demons. A man that takes penis in his behind, he's a demon. When are y'all gonna understand this? See, y'all keep taking this as a game. These men are demonic. They're demons. These are demons, man. Why y'all women keep walking around here thinking this is a game? Now, this nigga is arrested for harming a little boy. What y'all got to say now? This nigga is facing life in prison. This is y'all homegirl, Sidney Starr. Mookie Blaylock. I told y'all about them. What y'all got to say now? Where's the content about this? I told y'all this has to be denounced. This type of behavior, that community needs to be denounced amongst black people. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Because this part, that community is the source of a lot of the pedophilia and the molestation that go on in black households. I told you we going there today. I told you. We not playing. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. See, y'all don't want to tell the truth. See, a lot of these mooks, they are victims themselves. They are victims themselves. That's why they want to be women. When do you know a natural growing pure boy that has not been tampered with want to grow up and be a little girl, want to grow up and be a grown woman? What boy? What boy that has not been tampered with, that has not been violated, want to grow up and look like his mother? That's not normal. Y'all tried to tell black men that this shit was normal. Y'all tried to tell us that it's okay, that it is people born like that. Y'all said this shit. Y'all make this shit okay. Y'all start letting them hang out in your friend groups, letting them around y'all kids, taking them out on vacation. Y'all did this shit. Y'all made it okay for Sidney Starr, T.S. Madison. These are predators. Predators. When are y'all going to get this through your heads? These are predators. Predators. You are hanging out with a predator. These so-called women prey on children and men. They prey on men and little boys. They prey on men and little boys. That's what they do. This stuff is not normal. And this stuff is very prevalent in the black community. It's prevalent. It's prevalent. Shout out to the lovely lady mods in the building. Good to see you. What up, world class? They keep bringing the mooks around us and as children. Exactly. I already know, bro. Shout out to Miss Scorpio Mama. Hey, Scorpio. Shout out to Boot Camp in the building. Nobody want to talk about this, though, when it comes to community talk. Community talk. Let's talk about the foundation of a lot of the destruction of the black community. The foundation of the destruction of the black community is the destruction of the household. That's where it all starts. Before we get to talk about police brutality and all that shit, the beginning is the destruction of the family household. And you know what breaks up and has broken up black families for centuries? Trauma. In particularly sexual trauma. Oh, but we don't want to talk about that because this is the shit that gets swept under the rug in the black family. Why are you talking about this? Let's move on. Move on where? We ain't with no goddamn where. What are we finding out about all of our so-called black leaders and black successors? They all perverts and weirdos. Oh, but we not supposed to talk about this, DS1. Hit the like button. We not supposed to talk about this, but a lot of our black billionaires are weirdos and perverts. Oh, how about Diddy? He's not a pervert. Bill Cosby, he's not a pervert. R. Kelly, he's not a pervert. Jay-Z, he's not a pervert. Russell Simmons, oh, he's not a pervert either. Huh? All of our so-called black success, they're degenerates. They're degenerates. Where you think it start from? Where you think degeneracy come from? Hmm? You know a lot of those men and those women are victims of generational curses? Oh, but we don't want to talk about this. We want to talk about police brutality and people getting shot and unjust stuff. That's fluff. We ain't gonna talk about the real shit. See, we still want to talk about fluffy. We want to be fluffy. We don't want to talk about the real shit. Hmm? What makes a Sidney Starr? Oh, we don't want to talk about that. What makes a T.S. Madison? Oh, we don't want to talk. What makes an Africa Bambaataa? And now we are living amongst their offspring. Hassan Campbell is the offspring of Bambaataa. What do we do? Hassan Campbell's oldest son is a transsexual. Y'all don't see the trauma? Oh, but we don't want to talk about this when it comes to the black community. This is the shit that they always said, whatever happens in this house stays in this house. They was talking about this type of shit. They was talking about this. This what you better not go to school and talk about. This shit. See, you could go to school and say you ain't got no food in the house. You better not go to school and say you got touched. You better not go to school and tell them about Uncle Jimmy. You better not do that. Oh, no. You better not do that shit. Yeah. Yeah. You better not do that. That's what you better shut up about. That's what you better shut up about. And that's why still to this day, after all the success, look. Billions of dollars later, P. Diddy's in jail for being a sick weirdo and a pervert. Sexual trauma. Billions of dollars later, he has not addressed his sexual trauma. All the success later, Robert Kelly was not able to stop being a fucking pedophile. All the success, the Pied Piper, he even gave himself a pedophile name. This how sick our community is. Oh, we don't want to talk about this though. See, this is the shit we leave out for speculation. We don't have these conversations. We still want to march in the street. No justice, no peace. We still want to do that goofy shit. Because we want to feel like we a part of a movie set. We don't want to address the real problem. See, we really don't give a fuck about each other. We really don't care that we hurting one another. We don't care about that. You know, we don't care about that. We don't care about the little boy and the little girl that's hiding in the closet because it's a wolf in the house. Yeah, we not talking about that. And this is what pissed me off with a lot of you niggas who be claiming to be protectors and all. You ain't talking about nothing really that you gotta protect. Protect them from what? You protect them from pedophiles? Huh? Huh? Do you let mooks in your house around your kids? Huh? We want to talk about this, right? No. Sure don't. Yeah, we don't. Third says the sad part is the women who get touched and molested as kids mentally and emotionally never usually recover from that. And it causes them to have trust issues, especially in relationships. Facts. Facts. Yep. Now, let me add to that. Third, now imagine the women who had to sit back for years and wait patient and yearn for a man to protect them and yearn for a man to love them correctly. And these type of women got to sit back and watch these niggas deal with trannies. Oh, we don't want to talk. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that part. All these black women that need black men, these niggas messing with trannies. We got a tranny problem in the black community. Niggas don't want to talk about it. See, I'm not afraid to confront this shit. We got a tranny problem. You got more black men out here dealing with trannies than they sleeping with black women. That's why this nigga that you see on your screen could run around and touch children. Because the men is busy sleeping with them. And after you're done sleeping with this nigga and you sleep, nigga, he going in there playing with kids. This sick pervert. This sick weirdo. This weirdo. This weirdo, man. Get this weirdo. Mm-hmm. We're going to get to it. Hold up. We're going to get to it. Let's get to it. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Fair use, YouTube. Now, hold up. Let me take the banner down for a second. Now, y'all know who this is, because we done did a show. We done did a show on this mook, Funky Die Nigga. This is the same nigga that just had the nerve to think he could call out straight black men about a problem that he has with himself as a black man. So he thought he could call straight black men out. So one thing I can say I respect about Funky Die Nigga is that he's keeping it across the board. If he gonna call out straight black men, he also gonna call out these niggas in his community. I respect that, Funky Die Nigga. I respect that. We gotta give respect where respect is due. I respect that you not being quiet on this, Funky Die Nigga. Now, look at Sidney Starr's mugshot. To all you black men that like sleeping with trannies. Look at this nigga you was sleeping with. Look at this nigga. You really thought you was with a woman? Look at this nigga. You really thought you was with a woman? Look at this nigga. This nigga look like his name is Raymond. Light-skinned Ray. Look at this nigga. You black men thought y'all was sleeping with a woman? Look at this nigga. That's the mugshot. Let's hear what Funky Don Nigga got to say.
Everything those people fearmonger and portray trans people to be. You laid it right out on the table for them to now use what you did to this boy as the poster child for why trans people should not have rights, why they should not be able to go in bathrooms, and why they should not be parts of society because they're going to do what? Rape and hurt and kill, endanger, and sexually assault your children. Thank you so much, Sidney Starr, for setting the entire community back forever and a decade for doing that. There is nothing about a teenage boy that can even get me to crack a smirk, yet alone a smile. 30-year-olds are unattractive to me. There is nothing attractive to me whatsoever about anybody under the age of 35. That's just me. I'm 43. How the hell you managed to get activated in between your legs and in your butt for a 13-year-old child? And I'm going to tell you something else. I might not be able to prove it, but this ain't the first underage person you messed with, baby. That's not on you. It's in you. That's not on you. It's in you. Karma, don't forget no address. And bitch, you going to jail for a long time. This makes up for all the devilment. From the moment you step in our sight, you have been a menace to society, starting with you ruining Chingy's career in lying, going on to the way you behaved on Love and Hip Hop. Now you on these other shows, fighting Real Fish and all this. Sidney, you just wanted the spotlight and stuff so bad that you were willing to do anything for it. And I don't know, Sidney, it's giving mental illness. It's giving arrested development. It's giving stunted growth. It's giving some drug use. And as a result of it, you might be doing a minimum of 25 years. You going to jail. It happened in Georgia. There is currently a conservative Republican push to punish and penalize trans people. You are a popular / famous trans person, and what you did fits their narrative perfectly. Oh, baby, you're going to, girl, listen, since you won't trade, since you want boys, you about to have more dingling than you will ever be able to swallow or accommodate in between your legs and in your butt. Why does this count? You like dingling so much. Why? They might be doing you a favor. This might need to be where you need to be, baby, because they finna hit it hard for the, ooh, baby. Sidney, you are done. And the sad part about it is it ain't a single person alive that feels bad for you. Not a gay person, not a trans person. We can't rally behind you. There's not a single person that's willing to risk their credibility in the public rallying behind you. We can't uphold nobody in their wrong, Sidney. And you was dead behind wrong for doing what you did. And I feel bad for the parents. I feel bad for the child. I mean, think about this now. This child turns 30 something and is in therapy. For that time that I was on a little league baseball trip at a hotel in Hateville, and this man with titties in a wig lured me to the 5th floor to perform oral sex on me. That is one hell of a story to have to retell in front of a doggone therapist. Sidney, you going to the lowest of hells. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. And I
Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Sick. Sick nigga. Just a sicko. Just a sicko, man. Just a sicko. So I gotta give props to Funky Dot Nigga for speaking on that. Because if that so-called community wants to be seen as human and, you know, be seen as normal, they should be calling out this type of sick behavior. They should be calling this type of behavior out. 100%. 100%. And I'm reading right now, y'all. It says, according to multiple news reports published this week, reality TV personality Sidney Starr, legal name Sidney Favors. Sidney Favors. That sound like a football player. You niggas was having sex with a football player. Sidney Favors. That sound like a football player. Hey, Brownie. Shout out to Brownie in the building. Good to see you. Shout out to Crackstream Crisis for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Salute to you. Appreciate the membership. Sidney Favors. Don't that sound like a football player? A tight end. Sidney Favors. Favors. Right up the seam. Touchdown. Sidney Favors with a 30-yard catch. And you niggas found that attractive? That sound like a tight end for the Carolina Panthers. Sidney Favors. What? Sidney Favors. You know that's a man. You're a man. You're a man, Sidney. That's how you know Sidney Starr was supposed to be in the NFL. His name is Sidney Favors. I guarantee you he played Pop Warner football. Guaranteed. That's a football player. Sidney Favors. Hey, Classy. That's a goddamn football player name. Sidney Favors. And the nigga always had shoulders like a football player. Hey, Sidney, why you didn't get Eddie? Why you didn't get Eddie Winslow? Why you didn't get him to shave down your shoulders? Why you didn't go get some shoulder surgery and get him to shave down them goddamn linebacker shoulders you got? Because it looked like you squat about 400 with them shoulders, Sidney. Oh, yeah. Why you didn't ask Eddie, you know, when y'all was together? Yeah, because y'all do know Eddie Winslow was in a relationship with Sidney Starr. He's actually the one who paid for Mr. Favors to turn into Mrs. Starr. Yeah. Yeah, you do know that, right? And see, this is the problem I have. Because a black man did this. Let me talk to you, Darius. Nigga, what's wrong with you? So you went and got this man dragon tail cut off because you thought that this nigga will look better without his dragon tail. You that much of a freak, Darius? Nigga, it's a bunch of women out here that was born women. You that much of a freak that you needed some of Sidney that bad that you went and paid to get his dragon tail cut off. What is wrong with you, brother? You do know you still was sleeping with a man, right, Darius? Hey, Eddie, you do know you still sleeping with a man, right? I hope you don't think because you went and paid for that surgery that in your mind you wasn't sleeping with a man. I hope you don't believe that, black man. See, this is what I mean by we don't want to have a real conversation about the black community. This nigga Eddie Winslow is sick. He thinks because he went and paid for some surgery that he wasn't having sex with a man. What up, Bob? Bob says, but Eddie wins are low. So Bob, you saying since his wins are low, he had to create a woman for himself? That's a good one, Bob. Bob says since his wins are low, he needed to create a woman. So Eddie went and built a girl, build a chick. Build a chick. That nigga went and built a chick. And hey, Scorpio, and you can't change them shoulders. See, she should have asked Eddie to shave down them shoulders. That's what she should have did too, because she got shoulders like Ray Lewis. She got them goddamn Ray Lewis shoulders. Can't change that brain and you can't hide them shoulders. She need a shoulder shaver. Hey, fellas, here's an invention for you niggas. Since you niggas love these dragons, because that's what I call them, these mooks, these dragons, since y'all love these dragons so much, won't y'all create, y'all want y'all invent something for them? Here's an idea. It's called the shoulder shaver. Create a shoulder shaver so you can shave that nigga's shoulders down. Since you want everybody to think you with a woman, nigga, won't you shave that nigga's shoulders down? It's called shoulder shaver. There you go. There go another $1 million idea for you niggas. A shoulder shaver. So when you get you a builder chick, after you go shave his dragon tail off, you could shave down the nigga's shoulders too. Okay? Yeah, he's a dragon. He's a dragon, bro. A straight dragon. These are dragons. These are dragons. Straight dragons. Yeah. Cause hey, world class, cause you do know that these beings, let me chill out. Yeah, you do know, you do know that these people who identify like this, right? Right? No disrespect, YouTube. It's a joke. Right? But these people who identify like this, they go back to ancient times. That's why I call them dragons. This is ancient stuff. You know, this is why they say it's nothing new under the sun. Because the time that we living in, this time already existed. You see? So the things that we're seeing and the things that we're experiencing, right? What's up, young Reyes? How you doing, fam? Salute to you, bro. Right? Oh, shout out to my man Bob. Appreciate you, Bob. Appreciate that super chat. Bob says, I met him inside of a church before he was famous. I thought it was a she. A youth deacon was flirting with him. What? Hold on, bro. See this, yo, shout out to my chat, man. This is why I love all y'all that support Sheep Stay Sleep TV. You talking about Sidney Starr? Are you talking about Sidney Favors? You met that nigga inside of a church? Oh, nah. God. So when I say that these people are demons, when I say that these beings are demonic, these are walking demons on earth. Y'all be thinking I be exaggerating. Bob just said this nigga was in a church. And everybody thought this was a woman. This is a, bro, come on. Come on, bro. Nobody want to talk about this in the black community. Even though what used to be the strength of the black community? The church. It was the church and the community that upheld black people. It was never the government. It was never the government. It was the church. Why you think that was corrupted first? Where you think the family trauma came from? Where you think all these people come from? This nigga was in the church. This demon, this nigga was. But y'all be telling me to chill when I go in there on these Zest Monster pastors. When I go in on these Zest Monsters that be in the pulpit, y'all be telling me to chill. When I start going in on Jamal Bryan again and Mr. T.D. Jakes, y'all know what we call him over here, because he was at Diddy parties. T.D. Jakes. We know what TD means. And it ain't for Thomas. Take that. Take that. Take that, Pastor Jakes. Take that. Oh, but we ain't supposed to talk about this. When these are straight predators and demons destroying black families. Because what is the main thing in a black family, in a black household? You go to church on Sunday. You go to church on Sunday. So why are we not supposed to talk about this? When all of us could remember getting woken up on Sunday by grandma, by one of our great aunties, or shit, one of our parents, you're getting up and going to church. I don't care what you did last night. I don't care if you went to a party. You're going to get up and go to church. This nigga was in the church house. A supporter of Sheep Stay Sleep TV just came in here. He met that nigga in a church. He met Sidney Favors, the tight end for the Denver Broncos, Sidney Favors. He met this nigga in church. And the deacon was flirting with him. Everybody thought this nigga was a woman. What up, Dollar Washer? We ain't supposed to talk about this, Dollar Washer. We ain't supposed to have this conversation in the black community. Nope. Nope. So let's continue. According to multiple news reports published this week, reality personality Sidney Starr legal name Sidney Favors, was arrested in Hatfield, Georgia on August 2nd. Authorities say Starr has been charged. Listen to the charges and tell me that this isn't straight from the devil, demonic, straight from hell, straight from the layers of Bambata. Listen to it. Aggravated child M-word. We ain't even got to say the other one. This is a demon. Aggravated child M. Aggravated. Aggravated. That mean it was violence involved. That mean it was violence involved. Aggravated child M. Aggravated. Sexual battery against a child under 16. AKA And guess what his other charge is? Sodomy. Sodomy. This is a demon. This is demonic activity in the black community. That is allowed. Because this is the result of co-signing a lifestyle. That's my homeboy. Leave him alone. Oh, leave him alone? And you leave that nigga alone with kids, and look what he does. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Right? And look what he do. Look what he do. Look what your homeboys like to do. He ain't worried about you. Oh, he ain't? He might be worried about my son. Dummy. And you see why I call them zest monsters? Zest monsters. He's a monster. Aggravated. He's a monster. That means he couldn't control himself. Aggravated. He's a monster. See why I call them zest monsters? See why I call them zest monsters? See? 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 Can't even control. He can't even control his urges. He was so excited, he got violent. Zest monster. Demon. Leviathan. Leviathan. The dragon. See why I call them dragons? World class? That's the spirit of Leviathan. Yeah. Yeah. Wrath. Anarchy. Chaos. Yeah, that's him. That's Sidney Starr. A1 zest monster. Yeah, now we don't need to hear nothing about that community. That community need to go to hell. Yeah, I said it. These niggas out here doing. Ain't no goddamn community. That's a cesspool of demons. I've been said that shit. Ain't nothing good about the LGBTQ. All they do is hurt each other and hurt others. That's all they do. And they love playing with kids. All of them love kids for some reason. They want to adopt all the kids. They want to be all around kids. That's the devil. That's the devil telling them to go get them kids. Because it's your job as a demon to corrupt the next generations. That's your job. That's to keep the curse going. So you got to corrupt the next generations. So you go get them kids. You go traumatize the kids. Why you think these Zest Monsters, they were turned out when they were what? Kids. So the same thing that just happened to Mr. Sidney Favors, he just ruined another little boy's life because his life was ruined. Who does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like the devil? I'm going to take all y'all to hell with me because I'm already in hell. So I'm going to convince y'all to come down here with me. This is what Sidney Starr just did. Ruined another little boy because he was ruined. Turned the little boy out because he was turned out. That's the devil. But when I call him demon, oh, you doing too much, DS1. It ain't that simple. Yes, it is, stupid. Yes, it is. You just can't identify what you're dealing with because you're spiritually dead. You don't know what you're looking at. You just saw Bob put in the chat, when this nigga was in the church, everybody thought it was a woman. Everybody thought that this goddamn Zest Monster was a woman. Because see, Zest Monsters, see, demons are also shapeshifters. They shift-shapers. This is why you thought that this nigga was a woman. See, this is why you can't be, see, fellas, this is why you can't be all caught up in your lust. This is why it's important men get wives. Next thing you know, you're flirting with a goddamn Zest Monster. You think you done found your new wife. This nigga done walked in the church, a whole demon. You think the deacon done think he done found his wife. He done found a man. He done found a man. Don't even know it because he's spiritually dead. But he think because he a deacon, he being led by another spirit. So he in there flirting with this Zest Monster. Shout out to Bob. He just told us this. Shout out to Bob. The goddamn deacon was flirting with this nigga. You see how the devil work? Was flirting with a deacon. That's a first-class pass to sit in that goddamn church and to tear it down. A whole demon could have just came in there and just started destroying everything. A Zest Monster. But everybody want to come on here and act like an activist when somebody gets shot. But nobody want to talk about the destruction of the black family. That's the source of it all. See, because that's why other races think it's okay to kill our kids. Because we let mooks around our kids. Yeah. See why the other groups think it's nothing to take a young black life? Because they watch what we do with our kids. We let mooks around them. We let drug dealers around them. We let kingpins around them. We let pimps around them. So other races are like, oh, they don't really care about their kids. I'm going to kill that little nigga. Because it's obvious his mama and his daddy don't care about him. He got a goddamn mook babysitting him. So they don't care if their son get touched. They don't care if their daughter get touched. So when this little nigga walk in my store and steal from my store, I'ma treat his life the way I think his mama and his daddy treat his life. Worthless. You got your goddamn child being babysat by a faggot. And you think your child gonna grow up right? Stupid. Because you need a babysitter. You think so, so you think your daughter ain't gonna grow up and be a hoe? What you think that faggot gonna teach your daughter? Huh? What you think he gonna teach your son? He gonna teach him to be like Young Thug, a zesty killer. He gonna teach him to be like Lil Yachty, a booty goon. He gonna work for Ray J, a zesty mook gangster. Oh, but we ain't supposed to talk about this though. You think a lot of that fake tough bravado come from? It come from these zesty gangsters. Them niggas that they put on TV in front of your son. That's why he think he tough. He think he NBA young boy. NBA young boy's a zest monster. He ain't no killer. He's a mook. He's a mook. Young Thug, mook. Little Uzi, mook. These is mooks. I bet you do got the heart to kill somebody. All the penis you done took. I bet you are a killer. All the pain you done endured. Thank you. Thank you. The Gagency. Oh. You do know Sidney Starr was a part of the Gagency. Zeus Network. Yeah, a Greek god. Look how it's all around you. But you see what happens when you don't understand symbolism, because you spiritually dead, so you don't know nothing about symbolism, right? Zeus Network, Greek god, the god of thunder, that thunderclap. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That thunderclap. Zeus Network. The Gagency ran by a bunch of mooks. That's the Gagency. That's Ray J in them. Sidney Starr was one of the main stars on Baddies. With the other zest monster, Natalie Nunn. That's a zest monster. A lot of y'all think that's a woman. That's a zest monster. That's a zest monster. Zeus Network. Natalie Nunn, a zest monster. Pure zest monster. Who you think that's where Sidney Starr was at? Zeus Network. Guess who else sponsored by Zeus Network and the Gagency, y'all? Adrian Broner and Dean. Pay attention. Pay attention. Zeus Network. Why you think they always doing zesty skits? It's for Zeus Network. That thunder. That thunder. That thunderclap. Zeus Network. Yeah. Sidney Starr. Straight demon. Straight demon. Out here graping little boys. Because that's what they all do. They all do it. None of them should have access to children. Because they too freaky and horny. These are Baphomet worshipers. These are Baphomet worshipers. Right. Grease lightning. Exactly. Miss Angie says, I don't watch none of that stuff, but I know of the names. Mm-hmm. Miss Angie said, oh my God, I didn't know that. Yeah. Adrian, Brona, and Dean. Zeus Network. Zeus Network. Mook Network. Bunch of mooks. Yeah. And they putting it all on our timelines. Yeah. They inundating us with it. And at the same time, they behind the scenes, off camera, doing shit like Sidney Starr just got caught doing. Luring a 16-year-old boy back to a hotel. Got this little 16-year-old boy thinking he about to have sex with a grown woman. This is a whole mook. Deviants. Mook Network Media. Nobody want to talk about this, though. Nobody want to talk about this. And notice how, if y'all notice, T.S. Madison don't never speak out. When stuff like this happens, T.S. Madison don't say nothing. Because T.S. Madison is a predator. You could look at the nigga and tell. He one of them other niggas that need his shoulder shaved. Go get your shoulder shaved, nigga. You big burly Beowulf demon. T.S. Madison looked like a werewolf. A big Halloween werewolf. Saber tooth. These are deep. Look at, yo. Let's pull up this nigga mugshot. Because I want y'all to see that this is a man. Because y'all keep thinking, oh, that ain't a man. That's a man, nigga. Mugshot. This nigga. Can't believe you dudes, man. Look at this, man. Let's pull it up. Y'all hit the like button if y'all just coming in, man. If y'all are here through the vertical feed, do me a favor and double tap y'all screens, man. Hit the like button. Double tap y'all screens and hit the like button. Let's go to TMZ real quick. Let's see what TMZ got to say about this, y'all. Let's see what TMZ has to say. Check this out. Look at this. Love and Hip Hop, Sidney favors mugshot after child M-word and sodomy arrest. Look at this sick nigga. Look. You're a man. That's a man. That's a man. Look, tell me this nigga ain't built like a tight end. This nigga's built like Tony Gonzalez. This is an old Cooper Cup built nigga. Look at that. Look at this nigga. This is a football player. You niggas was laying up with a football player. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. If this nigga lived the life of a man, he'll have about 10 baby mothers. This nigga have 10 baby mothers. Look at this nigga. Nigga look like his name is El Guardo. They snatched that lace off. Look at this nigga. He think he Big Meech. He do look like Big Meech. He do. He do look like Big Meech, Bob. This nigga look like Big Meech. Hey, Cammy. Shout out to Cammy in the building. He think he Big Meech. Sidney Favors. That's a whole nigga. That's a whole nigga. Scorpio says T.S. Madison looked like her stomach coming through her chest. Beowulf. I call that nigga Beowulf. His shoulders look crooked. Yeah, it do. Why you think I said a shoulder shaver? Y'all keep taking these niggas to get surgeries. For you niggas who love these niggas, won't you go get that nigga shoulder shaved? Huh? Go get a shoulder shaver. Sidney Starr's booking photo has been released following her arrest on child sex charges in Georgia. And she looks none too thrilled. The mugshot shows Love and Hip Hop New York alumni. Look, alumni on reality TV. Staring straight into the camera with her hair pulled back while wearing a dark jumpsuit. Sidney was taken into custody Sunday and charged with sexual battery against a child under 16, aggravated child M, and sodomy. She's accused of confessing to performing. Listen to this sick nigga. He is accused of confessing to performing oral sex on a minor at a hotel in Hattville. Sidney, a transgender model, is best known for starring in Love and Hip Hop. She first gained widespread attention for falsely. So she got into the industry by sacrificing a straight man. She got into the industry by sacrificing a straight man after falsely claiming she had sexual relationship with rapper Chingy. Sidney later admitted she fabricated the affair and apologized, though Chingy has said the rumor seriously damaged his career. Sacrificed him. This is a demon. This is a demon. This is a demon. Demon sacrificed him. Now look where you're headed. You're headed to hell. You're headed to hell, Sidney. And I hope they cook your ass. Because you like playing with kids. Mm-hmm. You like playing with children. You like playing with children. You like playing with children. You going with gasoline thongs on. You going with gasoline thongs on, Sidney. Yeah. But see, I done warned y'all about these demons. See, we've been talking about this for years over here. We told y'all what they do. We told y'all. Because they're thirsty, they're thirsty for souls. You got to understand what demons are. Demons are here to possess your soul. So you stay trapped like them. So these types of people who take on these types of lifestyles, them having regular relations with people is not enough for them. You know, when they have somebody who's consensually dealing with them, that's not enough for them. because that doesn't satisfy and quench that thirst that they have. That dragon. That doesn't feed the dragon in them. That Leviathan spirit, it doesn't feed it. That's why they have to go and traumatize somebody. They have to go and harm somebody. See, them being with men who want to be with them and all that's not enough. They got to go hurt people. Because it's that spirit in them. That the consensual part, it doesn't turn the beast in them on. It doesn't feed the beast in them. The beast got to go and attack somebody and inflict pain and trauma on them. That's what feeds that demon in them. The trauma is what feeds the demon in them. And it makes them feel better about themselves. Why y'all think these goddamn same-sex relationships and all these weirdo freaked out shit, why you think it don't last? Why you think these people be miserable? Why you think that? Because it's two familiar spirits. They need the opposite. They need somebody who don't know. They need somebody who's not aware. Why you think they like to confuse? Why you think they like to confuse men? Why you think these types of beings don't even like men who like them? They like the men who ain't paying them attention. They want to turn on the men who ain't even looking at them. That's the demon in them. That's the demon in them. Y'all got to understand this. That's why they're so attracted to straight men. This is T.S. Madison. They're attracted to turning men out. That's a demon. When you turn something out, turn them out to what? To the dark side. See that? See, y'all don't even understand what the turnout mean. The turnout mean to turn somebody into something that they wasn't. Turn them out. Turn them inside out. Corruption. That's what that is. Turn them out. Corrupt them. Poison them. Change their life forever. That's what turn out mean. And that's what these dangerous mooks get into, turning people out. In particular, little boys. That's what Bambaataa was doing. Turning them out. Turning them out. So they turn out to be demons and work for the devil. And go around earth inflicting hell on people. Y'all got to understand how deep this shit is. This is why y'all don't want to talk about it. Because some of y'all favorite uncles are these types of niggas. Pure demons. Pure demons that should be put under the earth. This nigga running around turning out little boys, but coming on TV pretending to represent this so-called community that needs to be respected, and we need to see y'all humanity. Where's the humanity in that? Again, shout out to Funky Da Nigga for speaking against it. And like he said, this is going to set back the community. I hope it destroys it. Because y'all are all demons anyway. Because all y'all been tampered and corrupted anyway. All y'all files have been corrupted. And this is what I respect about Donald Trump the most. He want to get rid of that whole community. I agree with him. I agree with him. Because a lot of y'all won't admit that a lot of y'all daughters are being trained to be hoes by lesbians and bisexual women. Yeah. That's who telling your daughter it's okay to pop her coochie on a car hood. A bisexual whore. Yup. Someone who been turned out by a predator, by a demon. She now do music and tell your daughter that she could pop her coochie in the middle of traffic. Because it's hers. See, we don't want to have this conversation about the black community. Nope. 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 See, once black folks allowed that shit in our house, allowed that shit in our church, now you got niggas like Sidney Favors running around here acting like a woman, trying to run through little boys in church. Creating sexual confusion at a young age. This is the devil, y'all. Y'all don't see that this is a direct assignment from the devil. Y'all don't know this? Y'all don't know that that's what homosexuality is? That's a plan to destroy God's people. That's a demonic plan that was created by the devil. That's sanctioned by the government. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know this? Can one of my lovely lady mods please go and find the video where I gave y'all the history of these mooks? It's this stuff, it's biblical. Can one of my lovely lady mods please go and find that show that I did about eunuchs? That is the original name of a transsexual. That was the biblical name for trannies. They were in the Bible. Trannies are in the Bible. They're called eunuchs. This is biblical. I did a whole show about it. Can one of my lovely lady mods please go and find that show? I know it was a couple of years ago, so y'all might have to go back to find it. But please, if y'all can do me that big favor, it'd be very much appreciated. To show y'all we don't just be talking over here. This stuff is biblical. Eunuchs. It's real. You crazy, Scorpio. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Shout out to my big sis. There it is. There you go. Shout out to big sis for that. Matter of fact, as a matter of fact, Hold up. Oh, you must be in the vertical feed, big sis. I'm looking for you in the other one. You must be in the vertical feed. Because since you posted it, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. Shout out to everybody in the vertical feed, by the way. Double tap y'all screens, man. Hit the like button. Double tap y'all screens and hit the like button. We're going to go ahead and pull it up. We did a whole show about this. This was a minute ago. Wow. Look at this, y'all. Let me share my screen, man. This was a series. This is crazy. I forgot I did this series, y'all. This is crazy. Look. Oh. The Black Homo Masculine Agenda, Part 2. Black Eunuchs. Black Eunuchs.
Make sure y'all hit the like button.
Look, y'all.
Salute to my
crazy.
Started from the corruption in that realm of activity. You have to understand this. You see, this is why in the Bible it says you have corruption in high places, meaning that a lot of the corruption that you had even in the church, it started from higher ups. It don't start from the congregation. It starts from the higher ups. So when you hear the A-Game family say it's a spiritual war, when you hear us say this in our content, it's because we understand where the corruption starts. It starts in the leadership. That's where it starts. And the way that they got Black men to subvert their religious values, their spiritual values first, was they removed God out of the equation. They made God no longer important. They turned God into a bunch of other things. They removed the aspect of God from the inside of man and had him worshiping God from the outside. This is what they did. This is where you get esoteric and exoteric from. You see? This is what they've done first. Because what? Spirituality is the what? The foundation of a man. It's the foundation of anybody, but I'm speaking to us brothers. So that is the foundation, that is the core of who you are. So they remove that from you. You see, and once they can remove you from that, they know that now they can suggest anything else to you. You see? So the corruption started then. A lot of the things that we see going on today was planned years and years before. You see?
Shout out to Kwafi.
We think that these things are something that are a new occurrence. And even I thought this. I'm not going to sit here and admit like I've been new this. This is something I'm just finding out myself. Are voluntarily salute. Make sure y'all hit the like button and share this show. Shout out to everybody in the building. But that is why today's show is called Black Eunuchs. So I'm going to share my screen. Because, see, a lot of us don't understand just how far this stuff goes. Excuse me. And how deep it goes. So let's get to the meaning of a eunuch. A eunuch is usually defined as a man who has been castrated, right? A man that has been castrated. A broader definition includes men who are impotent or who are voluntarily celibate. Don't get me started today, family. We not playing today on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Should I read that again? Did y'all just hear what I read? And see, I'm laughing because I don't think y'all heard what I just read. Let me take a sip of water. I don't think y'all just heard voluntarily celibate. Should I read it again? Who has been castrated. A broader definition includes men who are impotent or who are voluntarily celibate. It was common in Bible times for rulers of conquering nations to take prepubescent boys from among the new subjects and castrate them.
See? So, as y'all just heard, we've been speaking on this. In biblical times, they would take prepubescent boys, prepubescent boys, and castrate them. When you hear the stories of these zest monsters, a lot of them were violated when? In their preteens, prepubescent, pre-puberty. See how it all lines up? Men cutting their penises off. And make sure y'all click that link after the show and watch the whole show, because I went into how men started cutting their penises off to get social acceptance like women. They were doing this back in biblical times. You had men who were pretending to be women to get jobs. The same thing they're doing in the modern day. It's called gay for pay. Didn't we do a show about that? Didn't we do a show about that? See, it all lines up. Ain't nothing new that went on in this world that ain't in that Bible. Everything is there. Every account of human history is in the Bible. This is what I had to realize. Everything that ever happened to anybody in life or will ever happen to anybody in life is already written in that book. I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're a midget. I don't care if you're a dwarf. I don't care if you're a tranny. I don't care if you're bisexual, lesbian, whatever, warlock, ghoul, vampire, mermaid, siren. It's all there. I don't care what religion you're, it's all there. Everything is there. Every account of human history is in that book. Anything that anybody want to think about, they're going to become. Somebody already was that. Mm-hmm. So you had transsexuals in biblical time. They were called eunuchs. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 It's in there. It's in there. Go finish watching the show. Because further on in the show, we get more into the Bible part of it. Yep. But we see see, what I need y'all to understand is the thing that your content is a representation of who you are and the things that you value. You see, it's a representation of what you represent, what you like to speak about. And the reason why a lot of other races don't take black folks serious is because we don't take what we speak about serious. We think talking is just talking. Only niggas think like that. See, only a nigga think talking is talking because you're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. See, in other groups, talking is a form of strategizing. See, when you're talking, you're not only putting your perspective out there, but you also throwing ideas and getting ideas. See, but see, when you surrounded by niggas your whole life, low-level niggas, they think talking is just talking. Because that's what a lot of you niggas do. You just be talking. Running your mouth because you got one. Do you know talking is a skill? For all you so-called smart niggas. Do you know talking is a skill? You got to know how to talk. It's a communication tool for you smart niggas who think talking is just talking. See, you know when talking is just talking? When you talk about bullshit and you talk about shit you're never going to do. When you stand around, when you sit around and talk about police brutality and all of this racial injustice shit, but you ain't gonna go get on no community boards. You ain't gonna go sit down and talk to your local aldermen and talk to nobody to change nothing. See, that's when a nigga just talking to be talking. Just having a conversation because it's the hot topic and we're gonna get a bunch of views for it. But you ain't gonna go do shit in your community. Nothing. Those are the niggas that's just talking to talk. You see? But see, in other communities, they understand that when the men are sitting down talking, this is strategy. That's what this is. What's up, Genesis? Thank you, Scorpio. Appreciate it. You see? See, in other groups of people, they understand the power of sitting down and strategizing, talking about what's going on in the community and what we need to do and how we need to approach things. You see? See, this is a problem in the community that needs to be addressed. But this is one of the main problems in the Black community, in the Black household, that we stray away from, that we never want to talk about. Never. Morpheus says, my politicians will double down if you bring something up to tax anything. Kwafi says, I would even say on that Red Hat MAGA side, as a Black conservative, all I have seen was Black conservatives who do nothing but talk as well. The play conservative online, but never at conventions. I agree. I agree, Kwafi. I agree. I agree. I agree. And a lot of them don't live a conservative lifestyle. Because to be a conservative, you must live a conservative lifestyle. You cannot be on here professing to be conservative, but then you get on a stream and start flexing about how much shit costs that you purchase. That's not a conservative. Conservatives don't brag about their cars. Conservatives don't brag about their glasses. Conservatives don't buy about anything that they purchase because you don't even know that they have it. Conservatives are not flashy because it's called being a conservative. So I totally agree, bro. I totally agree. They're not even able to get in because they're not conservative people. That's why the conventions don't want them there, because they're not conservative people. They do not live conservative lifestyles. Conservative people are not online calling niggas broke and challenging people to have money wars. Those are not conservative people. That is not a conservative lifestyle. That's why they're not allowed to get into conventions. That's why. That's why. See, conservatives worry about who's around their children. Yeah. See, real conservative people, that's what they worry about. They worry about the safety of their children on and offline. They worry about pedophiles. They worry about all these mooks and zest monsters around our children and in our schools and in our neighborhoods. That's what conservative people worry about. That's what conservative people worry about. Do we got a goddamn serial killer in our neighborhood? Is our next door neighbor on the goddamn sex registry? That's what conservative people worry about. That's what they worry about. They ain't on here bragging about their stock portfolios. They ain't on here bragging about how much crypto they got. That's not conservative. None of it is. That's why they're not allowed in those conventions, because they know that they're faking. Kwafi says, but then again, DS1, sometimes the white conservatives know who they are either. No, they don't. Of course not. Hey, Kwafi, perfect example of that is, why do you think the white manosphere never co-signed the black manosphere? Because the white manosphere are real conservatives. The black manosphere are a bunch of Democrats posing as conservatives online for viewership. There you go. There go a perfect example for you, Kwafi. You had the black manosphere who are fake conservatives, right? Who've never lived a conservative lifestyle because you don't know what it is to conserve when you're poor. These are a bunch of poor niggas acting like they had something to conserve in life. They didn't have nothing. So this is why the black manosphere never got the cosign from the white manosphere, because those white men over there are real conservatives. That was the whole reason for them coming up with the idea of the manosphere. It was to conserve white masculinity. That was the whole reason for it. Those are conservative men over there. Their whole purpose for coming up with the manosphere was to conserve white manhood. And it was to go against their women. That's another trait that they know that us black men aren't conservative because we follow them. Conservative men don't do that. That was their idea and their play and their plan to conserve white manhood amongst their women and their households. That's what all that was about. That's what that was about. You see? That's what it was about. How you doing, Zaire? Shout out to Zaire in the building. Good to see you. Kwafi says those conventions are only white and still in their 1800s and beyond racist ways. So yeah, those in particular, not all, but I will address it in a topic. Neither are interested in us Dems or Repubs. Absolutely. It's their own country club, man. Shout out to my brother Ebo, man. What up, Ebo? Salute. Salute, man. But if y'all are just coming in, y'all gonna have to catch the replay. But in case y'all don't know, reality TV Zest Monster, part of the Zeus Network, part of the Gagency, the Zest Monster, Sidney Starr, aka Sidney Favors, the star tight end for the Philadelphia Eagles, has just been arrested in Hattville, Georgia, and he admitted to forcefully performing oral sex on a minor after he lured him to his hotel room. Yeah, this guy's a predator, man. This guy's a predator. I hope he goes to jail and stays in jail. You know, because we don't need people like this around our children. We don't need none of this type of activity in our community. Actually, none of this Zest Monster predatory behavior. None of it. Sigma Boy says, but why do white men don't want to come together with black men in general? I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. Kwafi says a lot of them hide in groups in the white manosphere, in the white MAGA behind red hats and cowboy hats. I'll talk about them too. They were at a convention which was all white and full of zest. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But see, again, Kwafi, this is not about black and white. Because I notice you keep harping on white. I'm talking about a behavior. I'm not talking about color and race. I'm talking about a behavior and a lifestyle. It has nothing to do with race. We gotta get off that. Because this is what makes you spiritually unaware. Because demons don't have a race. You can't say demons are only white people. You can't say demons are only black people. If we understand that we dealing with spiritual warfare, this has nothing to do with a race. This has something to do with mentality, spirit, and behavior. Because all of those three things line up. So let's focus on people's behaviors. Let's focus on that. The behavior denotes the spirit. That has nothing to do with race. See, we got to get off that train, that race train. We got to get off that. Because ain't no special place for nobody with no specific place in hell or in heaven. You ain't got no special place in heaven you going to because you black or because you white. And ain't no special place for you to go in hell because you black or white. So once we understand that from a foundation standpoint, all that other stuff, man, is that's why I don't get into it. That's why I don't talk about it. Because all it does is it creates confusion. Or for how we really supposed to be looking at things. See, because the people who want to make this all about black and white and Trump this and Trump that and the white man and all that stuff. But Trump is the same person who got rid of all of this LGBTQ stuff. He was the first president to attack that community. He's the reason why they've been running around scared like that. It's because of Trump. Because of these zest monsters. These zest monsters been running around doing too much, and Trump put a ban on their community because of what they've been doing to children, because how they've been trying to infiltrate the education system. This is why Trump put a ban on them. Not because they want to sleep with men. Not because they want to be sexually immoral and disgusting. No, because of what they want to do to children and how they run it and what they doing to women. Let's talk about all the videos of us seeing these zest monsters beating the hell out of black women. So they running around here beating the hell out of black women and molesting children. That's what these zest monsters are doing. He the one that put a ban on their community. Ain't no black politician do that. The black politicians allowed it. The black politicians said, hey, they're our family. That's what the black politicians said. The black politicians made it okay for the zest monsters. The black politicians did that. The black politicians are the ones that's protecting these zest monsters. It's the black ones. Since if we want to make it about color, it's the black politicians that's okaying all the shit that's going on in our community that's wrong. They the ones that ain't trying to stop it. They not the ones fighting to not have these goddamn predators in the bathroom with our children. What black politicians you heard pushing that? None. I heard white ones pushing it though. It's the white politicians that don't want these zest monsters in the bathrooms with our kids. I ain't hear no black ones talking about that. I ain't hear no black ones talking about that. I ain't hear no black politicians on the front line speaking about these zest monsters teaching our kids. I ain't hear that. But I done played multiple videos with white parents and white politicians at schools protesting against this stuff. I showed one video where a white dad went to his daughter's school board and had a meeting with the school district and was there with his daughter advocating for same-sex bathrooms, saying that they need to get rid of that. I don't see no black people on the front line with doing none of that. So miss me with all that race talk. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. Miss me with that, man. Right, we don't do treason. But shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. I don't know, man. I might come back live later. I don't know. I might come back live later. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, man. But we might come back live a little later because I definitely wanted to have another conversation about some things. So we might be back live in a little while. Definitely set your bell notifications so you get the notification so you know when I'm live. Definitely have your notifications set. But yeah, we definitely might do another show today, man. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Salute to my lovely lady mods for coming through and holding it down. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much, ladies. Much love to y'all. Shout out to everybody. If you're here through the vertical feed, double tap your screens on the way out. Double tap y'all screens on the way out. Double tap y'all screens on the way out. Shout out to everyone if you have financially supported the show. You would like to support the show, the links are going across the screen. It's also in the chat. The super chat is open as well. If you sent the super chat, thank you so much. Shout out to everyone who has become a member. Like I said, make sure you set your bell notifications before you get up out of here because we might be live again in a few more hours. So y'all stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I appreciate you for pulling up. Scorpio says, DS1, you got to make up. You got to make up for lost time, sir. Shout out to Scorpio. Shout out to Scorpio. Shout out to all my lovely lady mods. Thank you to y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to my top lovely lady mods as usual. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to y'all, man. Like I said, we might be back. So y'all stay tuned. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.